This week's unit is starting a new unit. So we were talking about Unit 2, Week 1, and we have a new theme this week. And the theme this week is taking the next step. And our big idea is, what does it take to put a plan into action? So this little story is The Crow and the Pitcher. It's a fable, which means it's a story that we learn a lesson from, and it's by Aesop, who was a famous author from a long, long time ago. Actually, before really, we did a lot of books, so most of his stories are told through passing it down from one generation to another through speaking the stories. So this is The Crow and the Pitcher. A crow whose throat was parched and dry with thirst saw a pitcher in the distance. In great joy he flew to it, but found that it held only a little water, and even that was too near the bottom to be reached, for all his stooping and straining. Next he tried to overturn the pitcher, thinking that he would at least be able to catch some of the water as it trickled out. But this he was not strong enough to do. At last he collected as many stones as he could carry and dropped them in one by one with his beak into the pitcher, until he brought the water within his reach and thus saved his life. And the lesson from this story is that necessity, which means something that we need to do, is the mother of invention. So we'll be talking about that more this week. All right, here comes our introduction to just the week 1. This is taking the next step. And our essential question this week is, what do good problem solvers do? And you can see in the picture here, we have a picture of the lady who first made the flag for the United States, which was a much different version than what we have now. And her name was Betsy Ross, and she's there with George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, talking about what this flag's design might look like. This is your vocabulary introduction. Be sure to use the book if you need to. This is Unit 2, Week 1. Our first word is committees. Committees. And committees are groups of people who get together to work on a problem. The next word is convention. Convention. It is a noun, and it is usually a gathering of people who meet together for a common interest or to work together to create something. So in this picture, we have a convention of drummers and other musicians. You can tell because they're all having drums out. The next word we have is debate. Debate. And debate means that we're going to discuss 2 different points. You're going to see a lot of that coming up here because we're going to have some elections coming up. And so these are when people get together and discuss opinions or topics. The next word we have is proposal. Proposal. And a proposal is an idea that someone puts together in order to get a project done. So this lady has made a proposal for a new space, probably like a kitchen or a library or something like that. And she is probably an architect. The next word is representatives, and representatives are people who are elected or chosen to represent other groups of people, and we're getting ready to have that right now in the state of Kansas. We're going to be electing some new representatives this year to Congress. Our next word is resolve. Resolve. And when we resolve something, we work to have it come together. It also means sticking to solving a problem. The next word is situation. Situation. Situation is when we have a certain thing that has happened to us or is happening to us. It's taking place in a time and a place. And in this picture, this car is in a not very good situation because it slid off the road in the snow. Our last word this week is union. Union. And in this week, we're going to be using the word union in reference to our country because we are a union of states. Union. It also can be when a group of people get together to work towards doing something as a group to make it better for the group. That ends the video for this week.